alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Mississippi State ready to kick off to get this game started. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So Clemson's offense will get the first possession of the game. And here comes this quarterback. When he takes the field, he brings... swagger and charisma out there that not only the entire team, the entire stadium seems to feed off of.
You can feel it. It's different. It's special. Guys like this don't come around very...
Fires into traffic. It's picked off.
You could not script a better start if you're on defense, and great job being heads up and being aware that this offense may come out trying to be aggressive and throw on the first play. Everybody executing their assignments, and they get a takeaway right off the bat.
First down here for the offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with second and short. The Bulldogs come to the line in the hurry up. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. He started this drive in great field position, now needing to convert on 3rd and 2. On the ground, going for the first down with the give to the tight end. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. Mississippi State lines up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He's looking to throw. He wants it all. Couldn't quite hang on to that one, and this red zone defense came that close to forcing a turnover. 3rd down coming up. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Quarterback now breaking the field. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go through. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on 2nd down from the 15. To the air, it's O'Donnell. Fires to the right. He's got an open man. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Now you got to think they'll really go on the attack. Big play has them set up 1st and 10 from the 48. Trying to escape and get it himself. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Here comes Clemson with another 1st down. He wants to throw. Catch in the middle, it's McDowell. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Looking to throw. Got it. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. They moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. And the extra point makes it 7-3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Oklahoma State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. Mississippi State going up-tempo. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs...
He's loose. At the 30. 10. Touchdown, Mississippi State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Here's the give off the left side.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Back to the ground with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Moving quickly, trying to rattle the D. Now the play fake. On the move to his left. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Slips through the line. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
That last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. And he's brought down after a nice gain. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on, is tempo, trying to wear you out when they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
The incomplete pass leaves them with 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's O'Donnell. Myers on the move. Got his man on the right. And they pick up the 1st down in what might be the last play here in the 1st quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the 2nd. 1st down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening. Close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He looks that one in nicely. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. It's complete.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Back open in the middle. They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the 1st down here. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Throws to the back. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the 1st down. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Bulldogs are in the hurry up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down. 6th play of the drive coming up. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. And that will go backwards. A negative play, and that defense on high alert that time. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Finds his man. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on 1st down.
know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Right back to it. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. They've been very good at moving the chains on 3rd down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away.
Number 13 on to kick it away.
No return possible on this one. It goes out of bounds, and they'll mark it right around the 30-yard line. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Throws to the tight end. He's got it. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. He's going to pass. Going to try to get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Quick strike complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity.
Brings up 2nd down.
Off the play fake. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This would likely be a chip shot for the field goal kicker, but they want the touchdown instead. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's moving out of the pocket. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Makes his connection. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They're trying to get to it. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Scanning the field, it's O'Donnell. They're setting up the screen. Touchdown, Tigers! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. And you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Comes out throwing on first down. Finds his tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. All kinds of running room. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
He'll start the return inside his spot. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass, showing the arm strength to the left. After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Dropping back, it's O'Donnell. Finds his man down the middle. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
They'll try to pick up the first through the air. He's going to take off. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Time's dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He wants to go deep. He can't haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Starkville. Each of these two offenses has looked like well-oiled machines, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out these two passing attacks have run circles around these defenses. Man or zone, nothing seems to be working, and I'm not sure that defensive coordinator is going to be able to figure things out here at halftime. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at Davis-Wade Stadium.
Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. Bringing it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. They had a really productive first half, but in a game like this, they better keep it up.
You know, at halftime, the offense and defense separate, and they kind of go over their own adjustments. You know the offense was saying to themselves very quietly, guys, we're not going to stop anybody. We got to keep scoring if we're going to win this game. So the pressure's on them here in the second half, David.
Yeah, and you get the ball first. And so it's been a high-scoring first half. You get to go out here now and make a statement. Start this half, say, listen, we're going to keep scoring points, and then maybe help alleviate some of that pressure on your defense.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Mississippi State right back to the line. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Got his man. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Handoff from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit.
Number 13 in punt formation to kick it away.
Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this when ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Looking for room at the 40. Hit the afterburners, kid. Just like that. A huge gain, and they got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8. They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Tigers. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic. And this guy is having himself a day.
Offense set on 1st down. They'll start this drive with a pass. He makes the connection.
I hate giving up that play if you're the DB on this one because you're playing man coverage, you're trying to defend a slant route, you've taken the inside away. That's where your leverage is. You'll allow anything to happen to the outside. You're trying to funnel the receiver to the boundary. You just cannot let the receiver beat you to the inside.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Pirouettes away from the defense. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Mississippi State going up-tempo.
Well, they pick up the 1st down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were...
And he breaks into the open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Bulldogs. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver?
Trying to get the 2. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the 2-point try. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Looking to scramble. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy, because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
And the Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this 1st down.
Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the middle. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes the score Clemson 35.
And here's the return. And the returner will be brought down. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They move the tight end all over. They'll go to the ground. Just a pickup of a couple out to the 15-yard line. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Dances away from the heat. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy, and it seems like every year they...
Makes the catch down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Mississippi State right back to the line. Wants to throw on 2nd down. He just got rid of that one to save the down. Didn't see anything he liked. A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give to the back. At the 20, he's got space. And he's got enough for a 1st down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the 3rd. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Defense in press coverage. Wants to pass. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step 1 accomplished. This offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down. He was really bothered by those 2 picks he threw in that loss last week, but he's been much more comfortable, much more certain in this one.
He had the one blunder.
Touchdown, Clemson! And once he got loose, it was all over. That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. And with the extra point, the lead is a dozen here in the fourth. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Mississippi State going up tempo. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And it's picked off. Trying to take it back. He's inside the 40. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return. Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Williams. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. He's going to the right, looking for a path to the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got the quick pass. They get him down after he makes the catch. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Now adjusting. Trying to make magic with his feet. And they're able to get a 3rd down stop here. See if they go for it on 4th.
Offense facing 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Bought a little time, lets it go. Finds his man enough for the first. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Wants to throw on first down. Right down the middle. Pulls it in. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Mississippi State right back to the line.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Line getting set on 2nd down. He's been under pressure all season, and they really haven't done much to turn down that heat. Deep shot for the end zone. And that one's way too far for everybody.
At this point in the game in the 4th quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. They want to throw it. Lets it fly. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Mississippi State. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scaffold, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
The defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Offense getting set for first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Dropping back, it's O'Donnell. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Inside the 30. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Pocket starts to collapse. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They turn to the passing game on third and short. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers. And no problem on the extra point as they push the lead to 19 here in the fourth. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to go up top on first down. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They'll throw it on first down. Got his man on the outside. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. They want to just keep throwing it. Looking for the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This quarterback has got a ton of speed, and it doesn't just help him running the football, but it helps him in the passing game, too. You just saw right there how he was able to use that speed and athleticism to buy himself time to at least give him an opportunity.
The defense calls the timeout. They're second of the day as they try to get their act together. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on fourth down. He's got it, and they convert. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory.